Matapos ng napakaraming espekulasyon kani-kanina lamang, ay idinetalye ni Presidential Spokesperson Secretary Edwin Lacierda ang mga pangyari nang sumuko ang negosyanteng si Janet Lim-Napoles kagabi kay Pangulong Aquino. Pakinggan po natin.
Well, I don't recall if I called or Lorna called, but we discussed. I think I called, and I inquired, and we discussed and verified. What's your statement that I saw on TV? True or not, that her client was willing to surrender? And she said yes. And she already mentioned at that point that they wanted to surrender, but Miss Janet Napoles was fearing for her life. There was threats on her life. So I made a comment, I would assume that you still have communications with your client. And she said, I have no direct communications, but I have a way to my client. So I said, so what do you want? So you want to surrender? And she said at that point, we would like to surrender, if at all. Let me confirm with my client, but we would like to surrender to the President. Why the President? Because she's the person that we trust. Around 4:06 in the afternoon, Attorney Kapunan called me back. And she said that her client was willing to surrender to the President. Her only request was that her safety be secured. So when I went to the President, Secretary Marroas was already there. And I informed, and Executive Secretary Ochoa, and I informed them that according to Attorney Lorna Kapunan, Ms. Janet Napoles was willing to surrender yesterday. So as we discussed already, the President already instructed Secretary Marroas, as soon as she surrenders, turn over the custody to DILG or to PNP. We left this building at around 6:50. And on the way to Pasong Tamo, I got a call from Attorney Kapunan to see her in white space. When I reached white space, I saw Lorna, and then apparently Lorna, together with Lorna in a vehicle, was Mr. Jimmy Napoles. So pag nakita si Lorna and Jimmy Napoles, they boarded the vehicle where I was. So we went to when they boarded, I asked them, where are we going? And sinabi ni Mr. Jimmy Napoles, or rather ni Jimmy Napoles was, let's go to Heritage Park. At around 8:06, we reached Heritage Park. We waited there from 8:06 until 9:08. Kinausap ni Mr. Napoles, may kausap siya, may tinetext siya. So at around 9:08, dumating na dalawang babae. Tapos tumawag, nakita namin yung dalawang babae, we didn't recognize sino sila. Tapos tumawag yon outside the car, and then called up, sinagot ni Mr. Napoles, sila na pala yung dalawang babae na nasa labas ng sasakyan. So yung isang babae si Mr. Napoles, yung isang babae yung kanyang kasamba. I don't know kung kapag-anak or dala yung mga gamit ni Mr. Napoles. So pagkatapos nun, dumiretso na kami sa palasyo, informing the President that we are on our way back. We arrived at the palace at around 9:37, nagpa-security check sila, tapos si Ms. Napoles, tinignan po ng doktor. And there, tapos nun, nag-usap sila ni Pangulo. Nandoon po si Secretary Almendra, Secretary Marroja, Secretary Carandang, si Executive Secretary Ochoa, si Yusek Balte, Yusek Abi, Yusek Balte, Yusek Quezon. At doon nag-usap sila, madali lang, 10 minutes, more or less mga 10 minutes yata yun. Si Attorney Lorna Kapunan nagsasalita, nagpapasalamat na the President agreed for her to receive, or to, what do you call that, for Janet Napoles to voluntarily surrender to the President. And that the only thing that we started upon when we were discussing this whole thing was that she would be provided ample security protection for the threats of her life. So yun po nangyari, and nung nag-uusap, nung nagsabi si Pangulo, I've already instructed nandun din pala si Chief PNP Alan Purisima. So I've already instructed General Purisima, Secretary Marrojas, to make sure that your safety is assured. Papunta ng Krame, I was in the car with Mr. Napoles, yung kasama nila at saka si Attorney Kapunan. So we went together. The President went ahead na. So kami, nasa convoy kami nila, Secretary Mar, Secretary Rene Almendras, Secretary Carandang. So pagdating namin doon, she was brought to the holding area. Tapos, the usual procedure, booking procedure ginawa doon. The President wanted to make sure that the area was secure, so he went and inspect the premises. And after that, umalis na rin si Pangulong Aquino.